Madame Rose the fabric seller. In a colorful town called Warri lived a very fat woman. She was called Madame Rose. Madame Rose was known for making the best and colorful fabric in town. Rich and wealthy people always patronized her. Her fabrics were always worn for grand occasions and festivals. Her neighbors were jealous of her. They wondered how she was able to make such beautiful fabrics. They asked her to teach them, but she refused. Mr. Okon, who was also a fabric seller, but was not making sales, wanted to find out the secret. One night, he went to Madame Rose's house and knocked at the door. But no one answered, so he went into the house through the window and hid under the bed, waiting for Madame Rose to come back. Madame Rose came back home at 12 midnight with a big pot on her head. When she dropped the pot down, she started dancing round it. She danced and danced until the next day. When she was done, she started removing beautiful fabrics from the pot and she took them to the market to sell. Mr. Okon was surprised and shocked. He sneaked out of Madame Rose's house and ran home. After reaching home, Mr. Okon was panting and shaking with fear at the same time. He was curious to know what was in the pot. So he decided to monitor Madame Rose. After 2 days, Madame Rose announced she was going to make new fabric, so those interested should pay something in advance. Mr. Okon saw it as an opportunity to follow Madame Rose. It was his chance to know her secret. Madame Rose started her journey and Mr. Okon followed suit. They walked deep into the forest until they reached a hut. Immediately Madame Rose reached the hut, she started dancing. Aiko, Aiko, I have come again, sang Madame Rose as she danced her way into the hut. In the hut was seated an old woman grinning from ear to ear. What have you brought for me? If I like it, I will give you my pot of colorful fabrics. I have brought nothing but a human sacrifice, replied Madame Rose. Where is it? Asked the old woman. He is outside, hiding in the bushes. He followed me, thinking I wouldn't know, so I thought you would like it, answered Madame Rose. Ha ha ha, laughed the old woman. Take the pot and go. I wish you what you wish for yourself, the old woman said. Madame Rose took the pot dancing happily and left the hut. Mr. Okon was never to be found again. What happened to him remains a mystery. Watch out for another episode.